the makeup itself kind of puts you in the mood for it. It made you feel gross. It made you feel almost dead. It just made you feel really, really sick. And so it puts you in the mood for the whole wreck scene. I think that's something that did it a lot for me, to put me in the mood for the wreck scene, is the makeup. It just made you feel really gross.
I mean, it took me about an hour to do my makeup. Well, the first time I looked in the mirror, it looked so real that it instantly made me feel sick. Like, I seriously thought I needed to throw up, and just, it was unbelievable. It made me feel like my arms and my chest were hurting, and my stomach was hurting, and sharp pains in my head. I mean, I was the whole 9 yards. I was feeling it. I don't know how.
I happened to be there when they were putting all the makeup on the actors, and it was just, they said, show me a mirror, show me a mirror. You know, they wanted to see how they were starting to look when the makeup was on, and I just thought it was really neat how that went into effect, because once they got to the accident scene, you know, whatever they had on them looked real.
Let's see, I had a big old piece of glass in my forehead, burns and cuts on my left arm, burns on my right arm. My intestines were hanging out of my stomach, guts and blood and all that good stuff.
The bus ride over there was horrible, because we just sat there. It was the quietest bus ride I've ever had in my life. We just sat there and faced inside into the aisle and had our arms up on the seats and just sat there. And we stared at each other. I was sitting across from Misty, and we just stared at each other. We were so nervous. I thought I was gonna puke. I mean, we were so nervous that nothing would come together. We saw the truck sitting out there. The wreck truck was sitting out in front of the church, and it wasn't over there, and we were going over there to get in it, and so that made us extra nervous. We were like, oh gosh, what if it doesn't come out right? What if we don't have the truck and everyone's running out? And we were just so nervous, but it came together great. But it was really weird.
I was so nervous. Like the bus ride. Okay, first, getting makeup, that was all relaxing. That was cool, getting all the makeup and stuff. And then when we actually had to get on the bus and go that little distance from the church to the school, was just I was so nervous. I'd never done anything like that before. I was really nervous. And then we were out, and then I think it was so time, organized, and you have 4 minutes left, and then you got in there and they broke the glass and everything. It was really scary.
Oh, I was so nervous. I was sitting there telling him, oh my God, I'm gonna faint, I can't do this. So he's like, just calm down. I mean, I don't know, I didn't really have to prep myself for it at all, just because I knew I had to do it. There's nothing, I just set my mind to it.
It was days before, everybody was so nervous, and I was like, oh no, it'll be fine. And then they started putting the makeup on, and it started to get really real. And then we got there, and I was fine. And then they were like, okay, everybody get in your place. And they said, okay, well, you have to crawl over Blake's seat because we can't open your door. And we're going to start splattering blood all over you. And you have to start screaming here in a minute. And my heart just sank and then just started beating as fast as it possibly could. And the girls in the back seat, Jackie and Misty, couldn't see the kids coming out. But I was sitting there telling them, okay, the doors are opening. Okay, the kids are running. Okay, they're really coming. And it was I was giving the play-by-play, and when I started screaming, it went so fast. You couldn't control anything. It was unreal.